Believe it or not, carnivorous plants, plants that eat insects, are they themselves the target of some pretty nefarious insects. About this time every year, you'll see an uptick in plants getting attacked by aphids, mites, and all different types of insects as they go after the new growth on these plants. I'm going to show you how to utilize some preventative measures to ensure that your plants are going to be safe during this new growth season. Right now is a pivotal time in the development of your plants. They're all coming out of dormancy and they have fresh new growth on them. And it's also the time when pests, especially aphids, are going to come after them. But there is something that you can do to help prevent them from getting aphids, or at least give them the best shot at it. And I'm going to go over this. It's going to be a very short video today, but it's a very critical video. Now, let's talk about what product that I use. So this product with a very worn out label is what I use every year about this time to ensure that my plants stay safe. This is BioAdvance 3-in-1. It helps mite control, disease, and insect control. Now, this is full strength. What I like to do is mix in, I get a spray bottle like this, and I'll mix it about to that 5 full ounce mark, and then I'll mix the rest with distilled water. And then I will spray the leaves. Let's go over there and let me show you. When you are going to spray, if you're going to use anything closer to full strength, you're going to want to avoid the trapping parts of the plant. In this case, for Venus flytraps, it would be the traps. For your Drosera bananas, your Droseras, and other types of sundews, you're going to want to do your best to get it around the base of the plant, but not as much on the leaves. But there's something that I do. Because of that dilution, am able to spray all of it, and I'm not going to spray it now, and I'll tell you why in a minute, and that's important. But I will literally mist all over them, and I will go all the way down the line and do that to all of them, and I don't care if I get it on the trapping mechanisms. The reason why I don't care is because of the dilution. It allows them to be able to ingest that without harming the plant. Now, because it is diluted, I will probably do this application every couple of months or so during the spring and summer times, just to gently rise the levels up. Now, the reason why I'm not spraying right now is because you don't want to get photo burn or light burn. And so what I recommend is right at dusk, right before the sun goes down, go ahead and give a spray all over your plants. And that will allow them to absorb during the dark hours of the night without having any sort of reaction with the chemicals and the sunlight. It's also important to note that you're also going to want to spray down around the outside on the soil itself to prevent any sort of mites or ground-dwelling insects that are sort of moving towards the plant, just as an added level of security. And again, even in a bog like this with so many different plants, because I have it diluted, I can go ahead and spray it all down. Now, if you are still concerned whether or not your plants will be able to handle it, what I recommend is that you start small, pick a plant, a little area, give it a spray, wait a day or two, see how it reacts, and then go from there. I've done this process, so I feel comfortable doing it with Utricularia, filiformis, Banana, Venus flytraps, Sarracenia, all of them. The other thing to note is I go ahead and spray around the outside. I have it in kiddie pools, but I go ahead and spray it heavily around the outside on the grounds, just in case there's any bugs that are sort of marching towards these plants, as just that third level of security. And another food for thought is I go ahead and also try not to get it down in the pitchers. It doesn't really matter if it gets on the trapping mechanisms all that much, but obviously you want to do your best not to completely inundate the eating mechanisms of the plant with this chemical. So I'm not directly spraying on it like so, or in the pitchers. I'm giving it a fine mist over the top of it so it gently starts to slowly develop into the plant. Now on the soil you can get a little closer, and certainly on the outsides I really give it a good spray. But again, the idea here, for me at least, what works is just slowly introduce this chemical over a period of time to help the plant absorb it and not have so much of a shock. Now you might be worried about what if it's a smaller plant, or maybe a plant that I've been trying to get recovered from those death cubes. They still don't have an issue with that. Even these little baby seedlings have done just fine. I've already sprayed application on it last week with these plants, and the recovering plants also have done just fine. So what about new divisions? And so these are all brand new divisions all the way out there. Again, just fine. I sprayed these last week with that method, and as you can see, they are doing great. And I will probably give this another spray down by the end of next month, just to help them along their path. One final thing that I like to do is spray with the full intensity of the BioAdvance all the bushes and trees around here that are non-carnivorous. Like if you have these growing in your backyard like I do, I try to spray all of my non-carnivorous plants really heavy, just to prevent these bugs for even wanting to come hang out in my yard, just as another added deterrent from them coming around. The last food for thought I will give you is try to plant it when you're not going to get a downpour at night. You don't want to take all the time to spray this and just have it all washed away. You want to make sure that it has time to soak in on the plant. And again, if you are nervous about doing it, which is totally normal, do a small area and just see how it will react. I hope this video helps. And springtime is supposed to be about regrowth and renewal and just an exciting time. So I want to make sure that we do all that we can to take away all the worry. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.